Hey everybody, this is Jim at SB500chart.com. It's about 4:20 on November 25th, 2013. Let me read this to you and we'll take a quick look at the chart. And that is that the website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I am not a licensed financial professional, just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look. Okay, we had a day that was slightly down after being slightly up. And here's our rising support line. This is our day of trading right here. And it looks like we kind of broke this lower line late in the day, but again, I remind you, just by a fraction of a percent, that is nothing that you would consider to be technically important at this point in time. I still think we get our target from this pattern, but I'm going to this little semi-completed inverted head and shoulders pattern, but I want to show you something that that might be worth mentioning, just to kind of put us on alert in case we start to see some more selling in the immediate future. And this is what I'm going to show you. You could see I had that line drawn right here. And if that is a workable neckline for this pattern, then you can see that we have not made that target yet, and we should get up to about 1815. However, if this is not the correct neckline, and instead this is, then we would have a target that is a little bit lower. We would also have a breakout that is a little bit earlier, and as a result we would have a target that is instead around 1810. Now we still haven't made that either, but I want to throw that out just in case, because we don't have a really clearly defined pattern down here, just in case. That way we could know to be looking for a target instead of at a discrete level of roughly 1815, 1816. Instead, we would be looking at it in a range between 1810 and 1815. So I'm going to make this a little yellow area here, and we'll look at I want to consider this as being our range. Now, I did not like this break here late in the day today. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Again, we had a much larger break underneath this line back on the 20th, and you can see that it was pretty easy for the S&P to regain getting back over the top of this line, and depending upon where we put this line, you could even make the argument that we're very close, if not already technically, no, well, not technically significantly, but mathematically above this line by maybe a nickel. Interesting to note that we are still in a territory that is above this last 1802 target that we met. So I don't think the wheels are coming off here, but like I said, it surprised me a little bit to see that dip late in the day. I didn't see any real good reason for it in the chart, but it still happened, so we have to keep an eye on it. But I'm still going to keep this target in mind, and with the understanding that it's likely between 1810 and 1815. And if we get up there, then we'll see if it looks like we maybe have enough strength left to get on up to where I'm kind of thinking we could get in the mid 1800s. So let's see if 1800 holds going into the rest of this week, starting with trading on the 26th. Again, a little break of this line, but I don't know how critical that really is at this juncture. But let's keep an eye on it, see where we might bounce, where we might approach this 1810 to 1815 area. Currently, the only pattern that we have that says we should go higher is this little sort of funky looking, again, semi-inverted head and shoulders pattern. This is all we've really got that says we should go higher. And it doesn't tell us that we go much higher. But the fact that we have been in this channel for a while, if we can bounce here and start to work our way into this area, and then, if we can start to get into the 18 teens, 1820, then I think that might be the handwriting that we do want to, that the S&P does want to head up and tag this top line again. Right now, let's just keep an eye on it. So that's the video for November 25th, 2013. I wished we hadn't gotten that little dip, because it sure looked like we were, here I'll show you, it sure looked like we came down to this and were ready to bounce. Maybe we bounce tomorrow. If not, then I would be looking for support at this line or at this line or here. So really we end the day on a right on a technically significant line. If there's a line below us, it should be support, and if there's a line above us, it should be resistance. So we've kind of been singing that tune for a while. Let's see what the rest of this week brings us. Thanks for watching. Take care.